Right on, Coach Chris. Welcome to the Scrappy Podcast.
Thanks for having me on.
The idea of Scrappy is to fight back. It aligns very much with defend. And you know, for me growing up, my dad was a scrapper. Like, he was an iron worker by trade. So he used to collect all kinds of stuff, so scraps.
Oh, yes.
And piecing scraps together and making something beautiful.
Yeah.
Born and raised Hawaiʻi, so automatically scrapper.
Yeah.
And then number 4, just scrappy. You know, like, life is sometimes messy.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes we gotta fall in love with that, because like this idea of perfection in life, right, is a fallacy. And so the idea of Scrappy is threefold. It's protect, defend, fight for what you believe in, and making sense out of messiness in essence. And so I'm here because really good friends with Daniel and Uncle Vince.
Yeah.
So I work with Malama Makua, and do all things very similar to what brother Daniel is doing. So, but yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce your name and then your company, and then we go from there.
Coach Chris Brown. I'm the associate head coach for the University of Hawaii football team. Brother Mike reached out from Defend Hawaii, and he said that they were having the Ulu Tree. What do we call this? Ulu Tree.
Rally in the Valley.
Rally in the Valley.
Ulu Tree air layering.
Air layering.
Yeah,
air layering. Still learning this. Pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
this whole thing.
super cool.
But I thought it was a really good time for our football team to actually get out and learn about what true Hawaii is.
Right.
I try to tell a lot of the boys from the mainland, Waikiki is not Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's a part of Hawaii, but it's not true Hawaii. True Hawaii is way, way, way out there in the countryside, where you got to go get down and dirty, where everything is planted and you can, whatever you plant, you can eat,
Right.
So I wanted these boys to come out. I think it's very important if you call yourself a warrior, University of Hawaii Warriors, right? Well, what does it take to be a warrior? What it truly means to be a warrior? What's our roots? And this is our roots. The roots is here. It starts with the land, starts with the Aina first. And having these boys come out and learn the cultural stuff, not just the football stuff. They got to learn truly what Hawaii is all about. I think they will truly appreciate more of what it is to be a warrior. Yeah. So having those boys come out, I think we had about 50 of them sign up to come out here and do this. Yeah, and a couple weeks ago we went out and helped out in Makaha with the beach cleanup out there.
Right.
So I took about 50 of the boys out there. Max Holloway out there, Yancy was out there, Jason Momo out there.
Awesome.
But it was just our time to give back as well, right? And to give back to the land, and again, learn what true Hawaii is all about.
Awesome, right on. That what you just shared has to pertain. And so you're the owner of Defend Hawaii.
No. So Mike is the owner. Mike, Maloney is the owner of the Defend Hawaii. We just work alongside with him.
Okay.
So I'm the associate head coach at the University of Hawaii football team.
Awesome.
So football team here, and then Coach Bud with the women's soccer team is here as well.
That's great that you guys are helping the students get culturally rounded.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
You got to do any of the air layering yet?
Yeah. I recently had some surgery done, so it was a hard time lifting my arm up. But you know what?
Okay.
I got a little bit of it done, But the great thing is that I actually learned something I never knew before, how to air layer these things, and how amazing it is that, you cut a little piece, you put some dirt around it, you seal it, and out comes roots, and you can replant it, So. Yeah. I thought that was super, super cool to learn that, and I know the boys, every single one of them learned it today.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, how did you become a coach? What inspired you to become a coach? What's your background a little bit?
So, born and raised in Kahalu, Oahu, so right down the street from Kahana. Yeah. So I was born in the countryside.
Nice.
My grandmother, really held our Hawaiian values and our cultural values, and taught us a lot. Grew up in the ocean.
Yeah.
As I got older, my father was a big football fan, so I kind of was brought up into it, and I love football. It was something that I knew I was going to be pretty good at, once I picked up the football. Played for the Kahalu Broncos, Papuana football team. Went off to Damien, played at Damien with the Monarchs, And then, I was blessed enough to get a scholarship to the University of Hawaii.
Awesome.
Played 4 years, a 4-year starter there. And then
who'd you play under?
June Jones, Coach Jones.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was actually a part of June Jones's first recruiting class. So they brought me in along with a lot of my brothers, and including our head coach at University of Hawaii, Coach Timmy Chang. And we were teammates. Was a 4-year guy there. Went off and played with the Baltimore Ravens.
Nice.
Yep, and then finish off with the San Diego Chargers when Chargers in San Diego. And then once football was done, I needed something. You know, there was something missing. So got my first coaching gig, coaching JV football at St. Louis High School.
Sick.
Yeah. So it was the best times because it was learning how to be a coach. Because being a player, being a coach, two different things.
Right.
You know, having the skill to play is different than actually teaching the skill to play. You know, so learning how to coach and learning how to coach young kids was huge. Yeah?
Right.
So coached at varsity St. Louis with Marcus Mariota when he was the quarterback there. Tua was a 7th grader when I was there. Then after that, went back to Damien, my alma mater, was the defense coordinator there. And then I got a gig out in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went out to Bishop Gorman.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was there for almost 8 years. And Coach Chang got the call in 2022. Called me and said it's time to come home. So I came back home, told the boys at Bishop Gorman, I'm going to go make a Bishop Gorman in the Pacific Ocean. So as of now, I have 16 of them that came from that school. You know, national championship team. You know, and they're here, and they're
attending UH now.
They're attending UH. They're part of the football team.
Oh wow!
Yeah, these are guys from the national championship football teams.
You're recruiting back into Hawaii
bringing them back. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, bringing them here, and they're loving
instead
it.
of sending our kids out, right? Bring the kids to Hawaii.
Yeah. So you know, a lot of times the boys, you know, they left Hawaii to go to Bishop, went to go to Las Vegas, to try to get a better opportunity, and they learned, and now I'm bringing them back. You know, so there's a lot of boys that left, including our quarterback, Mike Alejado. You know, a very special player.
Yeah.
You know, St. Louis boy, went to Bishop Gorman.
So is that part of your goal, is to like try to keep talent in Hawaii and grow them here in Hawaii?
Always, yeah. It's, you know, that's the goal, is to try to keep them here. But you know, a lot of the local boys, you know, they want to go see the world.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fine.
when they're stuck on the island, they want to see what's out there. And I don't fault them.
Yeah.
Because me going to Las Vegas was the best thing that ever happened to me for education, seeing the world.
Right. Experience.
You know, and you know, for them to go away, see the world, and then come on back home. Come back, play for the home team.
Yeah.
So a lot of boys is going away, spending 1 or 2 years there. They go to a place where too cold. They don't like snow. They figure it out.
Yeah, they like the sand.
They like the sand. They miss their families.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike. Come home. You know?
I think at least gotta go away at least once. I go try.
Yeah, you know, as much as we want to keep the boys here, man, you cannot fault them. You know, you want them to go learn and go see what the world is all about. But when you guys are not happy, come home.
Yeah.
Come home, play.
One last question.
Yeah.
What do you think about the deconstruction of Aloha Stadium? How do you feel about that?
Tears, man. Tears in my eyes. Yeah. Great memories there. Great times there. All us ex-players, you know, all texting each other, leaving messages on social media, you know, just kind of reminiscing the good old days, you know what I mean? There were some times we had in there 50,000 people, you know, the stand shaking.
Yeah.
You know, you think that thing will fall down.
Which one is North End Zone? North End Zone is Waikiki side.
North.
Or what? How did they South End Zone and West End Zone?
Yeah.
How did they divide
South
it?
was the entrance, I believe, where the
That's Waikiki side.
Yeah, where you could drive in.
Okay.
And then the north was the far end.
Okay,
yeah.
so
where the jumbotron was.
Okay,
I believe.
Jumbotron is north.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
So I was sitting in South End Zone, 2007.
Yeah.
When we won the WAC championship.
Yeah,
Were you there?
No, so that's Cole Brennan, guys. Huh?
Yeah, it's Cool Brandon.
Yeah,
No, but
so
I was just
that
asking
right
if he was
after
there
us,
or
yeah.
whatever.
No, I was actually there.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, well, I was on the field. But yeah, that was after our time. But
Shucks, they had all the sheriff guys on our side, so we couldn't jump over. Yeah, that was me, Joe.
Yeah.
Right on,
Yeah,
Chris.
man.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate
man. Thanks
this.
for having me on, man.
Yeah.
God bless, man.
And then enjoy the Waianae Goat. So
Thank you, bro.
That's flour. All
Yeah.
you need is if you like make anything like bread or whatever, add eggs. But it's a superfood. The pods from the kiave tree.
Yeah.
That is a superfood.
Wow.
So we learned about it because you're choking Waianae. So learning how to use the aina, right? Yeah. So and that's all. Brother Daniel is that. I figured that out.
Yeah, man. Excited. Try them out.
Yeah. Right on.
Aloha,
Mahalo.
bro. Thank you. Aloha.